Good evening, viewers, and welcome to the Year in Sports 2020. I am Curtis Morton. The year 2020 was not a year one would want to remember, but hardly a year that anyone could forget anytime soon. It was the year when COVID-19 wreaked havoc throughout the world, not only in sports, but indeed in all aspects of life. Despite the illness, deaths, and tears, however, there were still some moments of triumph as our sporting heroes and fans attempted to deal with the dreaded scourge. And so tonight we review the sporting year from a local perspective. We start with athletics. It was a major blow to the sporting public on Nevis as for the first time in the history of the event, the Grand Inter-Primary Mini Olympics was officially cancelled due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Some persons would have already ordered their outfits and were anxiously waiting to cheer on the little athletes, but that was not to be. However, most if not all of the schools managed to squeeze in their respective annual sports meets before the virus took full grip of all sporting activities. We do not have our usual inter-primary feature this year, so this time around we feature a wee bit of the 100 meters from the Charlestown Secondary and Gingerland Secondary sports meets.
On your mark. Lane 2 and 400 length, please. Lane 2, 100 long. So. And they're off. It's a good start. The under 18 females. Looking at the whole record. It looks like Goldhouse up front. Looking good. Talent standing on blow. It's square so look at Silver. And red, blue, gold. Red, blue, gold. Red takes gold. Blue takes silver. And gold. Well, I leave number took the bronze. I leave the bronze. I will leave the bronze alone. They are looking at the record by Christine Lewis. And this was way back in 1980.
Coming up next, we show to the under 18 males. Malva Rollins is the sponsor for the under 18 males, sponsored by Malva Rollins.
Record holder Marcus Dubry, and this was in 2016. He was on Blue House, a time of 10.67. Marcus Dubry, record holder for the under 18 males in 2016.
We want to big up,
The record holder Marcus Dubry, 2016, a time of 10.67.
Starter is making his way up the steps. And we'll go down to the starter because the finish line is ready.
On your mark. And the officer goes start on the inside the green, and they come down the track now, and the female, and they come down the left and the very green, green is inside the way, and they're going to come down the middle, gosh! Deep left down the trigger, and ahead, take the ball. Well, 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 well,
Record?
Well, that
Timers.
looks like a record,
Timers!
but they will tell us.
Timers at work!
Waiting on Virgo to give
The
us a
timers
signal.
at work!
The pressure is on Rudy here at the Mondo Jack.
Well. How is the young man
So
in
we'll
green?
wait and see.
The
Waiting
young
on
man in
Virgo for
green, he
a
looks
signal.
mean.
That was a very fast race. Well, young Newton
How is your nephew?
came out the back. He
Science
came out the
said-
block very
Daddy.
good and he came down the track strong
Daddy.
and powerful.
Science says his nephew.
Okay,
I wonder which
Science.
part of science he took.
Congratulations, Science.
Okay, I see the part he took. Science used to walk with his shoes in the hand. Well. Young Newton. Very well run indeed. If there is not a record, it should be recorded. We're gonna look and see now on the 20 females. Zanella Claxton is a sponsor.
And they're off. It's a good gun. 12.41 seconds is the time to beat. Up front, green. Challenge by blue. It's blue, green. Blue, green. Blue, green. Green, blue. Green, blue. This one is coming down to the wire. It's green. It's blue. It's green, blue, and green. Green, blue, and green from our vantage point. We'll still have to wait until they line up on the medal stand to see to get the official results of the Class 1 girls. We'll wait and see as we move to event number 29. We only have 38 events for this afternoon. Sadiki Tyson, the record holder for the Class 1 boys in the year 2014, and he was at the Red House in a record time 10.63. And our sponsors for this race, the Honorable Eric Evelyn, the Gingerama Committee, and the Speech Room. Those are the sponsors, and you say thanks to all our sponsors. And remember, we are still open for sponsors. You can come, bring your $25 and support the Gingerland sector. Here's where the big boys play. I have to be quiet. And it's a good gun. The Class 1 boys. And they're off. Competition is still in the middle. It's green. It's red. It's red. It's blue. It's blue. It's red. Oh, blue is taking in. Blue, red, and red from our vantage point.
Now to basketball. The game of basketball was virtually stifled this year due to the COVID-19 situation. However, earlier in the year, before the virus took control, the NABA Chargers of Nevis participated in a tournament in St. Kitts and actually made it into the finals. On Saturday, March 7th, Bird Rock Uprisers defeated NABA Chargers 76-66 in the crucial Game 2 in the best-of-3 finals of the Under-20 Basketball Championship. The Bird Rock team had already secured Game 1, and the NABA Chargers were faced with a must-win situation in order to stay in the hunt for the championship trophy. That was not to be, and so the Bird Rock Uprisers are the 2020 Junior Division champions. For Bird Rock, Cecil Angel, 28 points, 14 rebounds, Tikwan Rogers, 21 points, 15 rebounds, Lucas Wilson, 11 points and 4 rebounds. For the Chargers, Kijari Huggins, 23 points, 3 rebounds, Julian Emilian, 19 points, 3 rebounds, and Tyreek Freeman, 14 points and 8 rebounds. The St. Kitts Amateur Basketball Association took time out to congratulate the NABA Chargers for placing second in the tournament. Now to cricket, it was the biennial general meeting of the Nevis Cricket Association. It was held on Wednesday, 5th February, and the venue of choice was the Nevis Cooperative Credit Union's conference room. A record number of persons showed up for the meeting. The two front runners was the incumbent president, Denrick Liebert, and his chief challenger, former President Carlisle Powell, and they were both present and early. It was indeed an exciting tussle for the presidency, and the results reflected that fact. Final vote count: Carlisle Powell 9 votes and Denrick Liburd 7. It therefore means that Carlisle Powell is now the president of the Nevis Cricket Association. Here are the results of the other positions based on the votes of the members allowed to vote. Vice President Denrick Liburd, Secretary Janet Grell-Hull, Treasurer Stasius Wallace, Assistant Secretary Treasurer Carol Pemberton, Management Team Wendell Wallace, Clive Pemberton, Dio Hendrickson, Charlene Martin, Frank Munzak, and Sanelda Willett. Selectors: Winston Sutton, Elkemida Willett, Ronald Powell, and Frank Munzak. Let's hear from Mr. Carlisle Powell prior to the actual elections.
I am asking the member clubs of the Nevis Cricket Association and the management members and Denrick Liburd, the president, to vote for Carlisle Powell to help to save Nevis cricket. Why? Because over the last 2 years we have seen no cup matches in Nevis. Cricket is the #1 sport. It is what has put Nevis on the map. And unfortunately, our cricket grounds are silent. Our constitutions say that elections should be held within 3 months of the 31st of October. We are outside of that 3-month period simply because the Cricket Association president has refused to call the elections within the time period. I am saying to the clubs that they must take back control of Nevis cricket. The clubs must now ensure that the management they have in place returns Nevis cricket to where it was. And so I'm asking you, the member clubs of the Nevis Cricket Association, not to do this for Carlisle Powell, because I've already shown what I can do with respect to the administration of cricket. I was president for 10 years. We developed an under-15 team that was virtually unbeatable. We won 9 of the 10 championships in the 90s. And so people are aware of what I can do in terms of administration, in terms of coaching, in terms of helping our players. We're not doing this for Carlisle Powell. We're doing this for the mothers who have come to me and asked me to get involved and help. We're doing this for the clubs who have come and said, listen, we need some organization back in the cricket. We're doing this to save Nevis cricket. That is all I'm asking for you. Vote to save Nevis cricket, and that means a vote for Carlisle Powell.
Since then, the Nevis Cricket Association is in the process of hosting an exciting T20 tournament. The tournament is expected to conclude sometime in January. We'll keep you posted. Meanwhile, the powerful Nevis over-35s cricket team successfully defended the trophy they won in St. Martin last year in the 11th edition of the Dango Farrell-created Luther Kelly over-35 tournament. The tournament is normally held in St. Martin and normally attracts teams from Nevis, St. Kitts, Antigua, Anguilla, and St. Martin. However, this time around, due to the corona crisis, a shortened version of the tournament was held in St. Kitts. The 4 teams represented were Nevis, defending champions, St. Kitts over-35s, St. Kitts ex-nationals, and the Guyana Young Guns team. In the much-anticipated grand finale, the Nevis over-35s engaged Guyana Young Guns. The Nevis team won the toss and were in immediate trouble, losing Carlon Smitten and Merlin Liburd in short order. However, firstly, Tonita Willett, then Joel Simmons joined veteran Stuart Williams to help guide the defending champions throughout the murky waters. Enter Anand Bim. He proceeded to belt the bowling to all parts of the Connery grounds and even beat his more illustrious partner to the half-century mark. Williams himself was as elegant as ever. 2 stunning cover drives reminded the appreciative crowd of his signature shot when he played for the Windies. Nevis over-35s get into a more than competitive 171 for 4 at the end of their 20 overs. However, the excitement was far from over. The Young Guns blazed their way to a fiery start in their response. As a matter of fact, the first 3 balls were all struck for boundaries, and suddenly there was some worry in the Nevis camp. However, the spinners effectively reined in the Guyanese during the middle overs, led by off-spinning floaters of Captain Merlin Liburd, who picked up 5 wickets. The Young Guns ran out of bullets at 131 all out. The Nevis over-35s and their huge supportive cast celebrated in grand style. Summarized scores: Nevis over-35s 171 for 4 from 20 overs, Anand Bim 55 not out, Stuart Williams 53 not out, Joel Simmons 21, Tonita Willett 19, White, Simmons, Edwards and Harry 1 wicket each. Young Guns 131 all out in 18.3, Welton Edwards 30, Jatin Patel 23, Alex Harry 23, Andrew Simmons 19. Merlin Libert 5 for 22, Patrick Newton 2 for 18, Tonito Willett 2 for 28, and Anand Bim 1 for 24. Nevis over 35s won by 40 runs. Let's take in this.
I want to thank, for the first time taking part in this year's tournament, the St. Kitts ex-national team. I want to thank the St. Kitts traveling team, the Young Gods of Guyana, and this year, and the defending champion, the Nevis 35 and over. We go straight into the prize giving, and we had in third place is the St. Kitts traveling team 35 and over. For this year's tournament, we had the best bowler with 5.3 overs, 47 runs, and 6 wickets, Merlin Libert of Nevis. the best batsman in this year's tournament with 99 runs, Welton Edwards of Young Guns. The best wicketkeeper in this year's tournament was judged to be Joel Simmons of Nevis. In second place in this year's tournament is Young Guns. The MVP of this year's tournament, Welton Edwards of Young Guns. The first time in St. Kitts tournament and defending champion, the Nevis 35 and over. Give him the next trophy. The next trophy for him. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for coming out to this year's tournament. Look forward to see you this same time next year. Good night. God bless you.
Another major talking point for this year was the fact that Kezron Archibald was the only player from St. Kitts Nevis chosen in the original St. Kitts Nevis Patriot squad. Of course, Kyron Powell got a few games later on. Kezi spoke to the media about his experience. I have the privilege to chat with Kezi Archibald, Colin Archibald, and the last time we had a confab, he was just preparing to go off to the CPL. I almost said IPL. He was just about getting ready to go off to the CPL, a new experience for him, and so now Kezi is back in a safe bubble, and we just want to have a chit chat with him. Kezi, what was the experience like?
It was a good experience being around international players. First and foremost, you know, you gather a lot of knowledge that you're not used to getting on a day-to-day basis. The way that the guys plan the game, the way that they dissect every aspect of the game and go about their cricket. You know, you adapt those things very quickly in those kind of environments, and it was a pretty privilege being in that environment.
So I'm getting the impression that those team meetings could be pretty intense, with people maybe going through video clips and looking at different batsmen and bowlers. Yeah. Is that the kind of? Yeah,
definitely. You widen your horizon so much when you look at how these guys look at the detail that they put into each particular player. I mean, for example, I could remember that we were planning a meeting for the Guyana Amazon Warriors, and you know they have Shimmer Hetmaya,
and
Puran and Brandon King. You know, each one of those guys, the bowlers have a different batting a game plan towards how they're gonna go about their bowling. You know, and that is expected, that is done so that you could get the best result possible for the outcome of the game.
Sticking with cricket, Tuesday, 4th August was a significant day on Nevis. That is when the Livingston Sargent Cricket Academy was officially commissioned. It is the brainchild of former West Indies middle-order batsman and all-rounder Keith Atherton. Let's hear from Artie himself.
Thanks, Master of Ceremony. First, allow me to give God thanks for this opportunity. It's always a great feeling when you can give something back to your country. And I think he's where I'm very, I must say, well versed when it comes to the game. this game that we love so much called cricket. I was asked to do an overview of the cricket facility, but first I just want to let you guys know that it's a great pleasure to be here, and today's a holiday, and you guys take the opportunity to come here and see what we've been doing for the last year and a half or so. But looking at it, I think it's a great achievement. First, I just want to lament a bit on the wall. It's 4 different phases that we had: the wall, the shed, and the practice facility itself, the practice nets itself, sorry, and the surface. The most difficult part was the surface, because this hill have what you call natural flow, gravitational flow from north to south, and down where the strips are was very difficult to get to where you want it to be, and we had to put a lot of material down that side in order to build it up and get it to what you're seeing now. It looks very nice now, but it was a lot of work. Hello? Yeah, as far as the wall is concerned, this wall behind me, alongside me, is in the L-shaped form, is what we attached to the existing wall in the back, the netball city. And that was done because you wanted to control this area. This area is very important that you have an area that you have total control over. As far as the shed is concerned, they had some existing seating over that side, concrete structure. So what I did, I just more or less tie the roof and frame it over the seating, which fits in very nicely. I like that side. I love it over there. And like I said, the surface was the part that I think make this facility look what it is today. That green grass. If you were here since about 2-3 weeks ago, you want to know if inherited a little bit or something. But we got the blessings, and within days I couldn't believe these grasses still green, and start to flow nicely. So we just want to give God thanks for His glory. It's such a great feeling. All right, this project is this facility is designed in a way for developmental purpose. I want to be able to develop cricketers because we here in Nevis, we are naturally gifted when it comes to the sport. We can play, but for some reason, the preparation is still that sort of old traditional way where you come in and knock a few balls, bowl a few balls, field a few balls. We gotta go further than that. We gotta look to get to the more professional approach when it comes to preparation. And this is what it's gonna be all about. Once we can get that done, I think there won't be any doubt that we'll be producing more cricketers. And the sky is always the limit first, because we have done it in the past. You have players in the past who made the West Indies team from playing in the road. So if you can have a facility like this, I can't see the reason why we can't start or continue to produce professional cricketers again. All right. I think if we are to produce those cricketers that we want and the talent that we see around, we will definitely have to do some work on the coaches. I think the coaches are very limited in the way they do their work. Some coaches will turn up and don't have any sort of material. It's like turning up on your job and they don't walk you your tools. So I hate to see that. You have to come and look organized, and you have guys here who love coaching, but they don't want to do what it takes in order for them to upgrade their ability and skills to take to the next level.
Now to dominoes. The inaugural female domino tournament was held at Club EXO in Nevis on Saturday, 26 September. 13 ladies participated in 2 categories, singles or own hand and doubles or partners. At the end of the tournament, Janelle Nisbet emerged as a winner in the singles category, with Isha Davis getting 2nd place. In the doubles category, the team of Loretta Hodge and Naomi Moraine emerged winners, while the team of Rosalind Dunrod and Audit Weeks placed 2nd. The tournament was hosted and coordinated by Jean Keynes, and she wants to extend thanks to Club EXO, Forces Therapy Clinic, Stella's Engineering, Brands Architectural, Master Blues Country Kitchen, Ministry of Social Development, Digicel, Rodney's Cuisine, SCAJs, Catherine Joseph, Alfred Newton, and Brian Dow for sponsorship and assistance. Now to football. It's official. The youths of the future are the champions of football in Nevis. This feat was accomplished on the evening of Sunday 25th October at the Eater Park versus the All Ballers team. Final score 3-1 in favor of the youths of the future, and they wasted no time in doing the champion dance. They even demanded that the trophy be handed over forthwith. We're taking some moments from the finals and the closing ceremony.
Say good evening, we're here with Coach Karim Mitchum for the All Ballers. Tonight is a big final, it's a one-hour final. First of all, how was preparation this week for the final?
Well, preparation wasn't too bad. You know, he had a little ups and downs, but thank God we are safely and ready to rumble.
Okay, so your team defeated Youths of the Future last week. It's obvious that you came out with a very good game plan. Is there much you're going to change this week, or you will stick to the plan that worked last week?
Well, in every game you come with a different game plan, but as you say, last week's game plan was, you know, just ready to go out and execute and win the game, because whenever they lose a game, we'll never make it here. So give God the glory and all the praise that we're here. Thank God for the victory last game, but we have a different idea and a different game plan and different motivation to go and try to win the championship for the first time for these guys, All Ballers.
All Ballers, of course, is a very talented team, a lot of well-known players from back to the front. Who are some of the key players tonight that you expect to help you take home that victory?
Well, we have our main striker who is out, Mr. Bertie. I think he's the leading goal scorer in the tournament, but unfortunately he's out tonight. But we have some backup weapons, and we really put trust in these guys to go out and really dominate the game. We got guys like Gene Ghazi, we got Mervyn Lewis from St. Kitts. We also have Delvan. You know, we have Shahid, who is back for a while now. He's just coming back for the finals. You know, so we just have to see what can happen in the finals. I wish both teams the best, and we just want to go out there and put on a great show for the fans they need.
Finally, I would just like to wish you all the best this evening in the game, and good luck to All Ballers.
Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it. Professional battle.
Okay, good evening again. We are here with the coach and the management staff of the Youth of the Future football team. First of all, congratulations on making the final. It's a big final tonight. First of all, how was preparation this week in terms of getting ready for the finals?
Only Shango handle that because he's the coach.
How was preparation this week?
For the final, they ain't really work too hard, but I just put in a little more extra effort. Not too hard really, but just to get my guys ready for the final. So a lot of them know we that fine football. So as the coach, I try to boost them, bring them forward and make them ready for this final, because it's an important final. So we're ready.
Very good. So as you mentioned, that was going to be my next question. As a number of them are very young and they've never been at the final level, how we would have prepared them to be mentally ready for the final?
Well, I talk to them because talking mean a lot, and I use the action on the field, show them what I wanted, discipline also, because that took care of a fast pattern. Listening, play a role what the coach asks you to play, and they ask one or two questions if this is the way, that is the way. So I just work with them. I know, sometimes we meet kids and they're very disgusting, but I just take the time out and work with them because they're mine. It belongs to me.
I've also been very impressed in how the team has come together. It seems like a very family-oriented team. As management, what are some of the things you would have done off the field to ensure that family vibes from somebody looking from the outside?
Well, from the management perspective, we deal with everybody equal. Nobody is
no bigger than nobody. Not because he's the top striker, the top goalkeeper that you should get preference over nobody. We deal with everything across the board, and even when we got punishment, we come, we sit down, we say, this is the punishment for such and such a player. If everybody agree with it, yeah, we deal with everything inside as a unit, as a body.
The Youth of the Future is a very, very talented team. But of course, in most teams, there are always key players. Who are some of the key players who you expect to lead you to that victory this evening?
Well, captain, call him Ballo. Don't talk really, but we got a little pressure on him, Oj, and let him know. You can't lead the team and be silent. So you got to do a lot of speaking tonight, and also we got Zaki, one of the top player for us, versatile, goalkeeper, but right now we on the field to push the team a little forward, and we got other man like Tijari and younger youth, but Manny, William and them things, they're ready to go.
Finally, I would like to wish you all the best in this evening's final. I'm really proud of the team and the competition as well. So good luck this evening.
Yeah, all right, cool.
So, black team with the free kick now. Nice kick up top and defended nicely. Back with the red team. Red team on the left flank. Red team on the left flank. Red team on the left flank. Red team still getting closer. Being heavily marked now. Push it off. Is he going to boot it from there? He looks for some space. Doesn't have the space. Still with the red team. This could be deadly. Got him! Make that 3 goals to 0. 3 goals to 0. And it looks like a one-sided game so far.
Okay, we will give out the individual prizes for the league, 2019-2020 league. First, most valuable defender is the Ralje Richards from Youths of the Future. Most valuable midfielder, Kennedy Dorset, Youths of the Future. Top scorer, Carlos Berti, All Ballers. Top keeper, Tyrese Jeffers, Youths of the Future. Oh, my apologies. Tyrese Jeffers. And most valuable player of the 2019-2020 NFA Football League, Kennedy Dorset, Youths of the Future.
While there was a demand for football to be played, the Bath United Football Club hosted 2 exciting tournaments. The first series was between Upper Bath and Lower Bath. It was always built to be an intriguing contest. After all, the series between Upper and Lower Bath were evenly tied up at 2 games all. So on Sunday, 9th August, both teams showed up early for the grand finals. And what a game it turned out to be. At halftime, the scoreline was dicily positioned at 0-0, with both goalkeepers already tested to the max and several opportunities going a begging on either side of the field. Upper Bath commenced the second half like a team on a mission. An error in the Lower Bath defensive unit saw their goalkeeper being left flat-footed, and Upper Bath has secured a crucial lead. It seemed to be all over by the shouting when not long after, Upper Bath saw another opening and sunk goal number 2 home. Make that 2-0 in favour of Upper Bath. Suddenly, the Lower Bath team responded as if stung by a bee and peppered the Upper Bath goal on a regular basis. They say pressure bust pipe, and then it happened. Algie Newton latched on to a loose ball and sent one home for Lower Bath. Game on, 2-1. The Lower Bath men continued to pepper the Upper Bath goal, but Hassan Harvey, to his credit, made some super saves in the interim. The Lower Bath star player Algie Newton was given his walk-in ticket with a wave of a red card by referee O'Dane. The exchanges were fast and furious up to the final whistle, but Upper Bath managed to hold on to the slim lead despite a few close shaves. Final score: Upper Bath 2, Lower Bath 1. Goal scorers: Upper Bath, Jermaine Bartlett and Kenesi Dorset, and for Lower Bath, Algie Newton. We have some excerpts.
Here goes now, Lower Bath, and with the ball going wider now on the right flank. Here goes now, passes off now, back to his teammate. Now trying to rush through, stop, and now Upper Bath on the offensive. After all of that, trying to cross, he's getting closer. The goalkeeper is gone in. Upper Bath has scored. The goalkeeper left flat-footed. For once, he didn't negotiate that one well, and it has been knocked in. So Upper Bath has scored. 1-0 is the score. And Lower Bath would now know that is now or never. They'll have to come back very quickly. So the referee having a close look at his watch. Minutes, moments, seconds maybe, ticking away. Here's a chance though. They want to equalize, they have to equalize. And they can't. Oh my goodness, what is that about? Are they serious about that little push off there? Myers didn't respond though. Here goes once more. And well, nicely stopped by Morton. Passes off now, and still trying to apply pressure rather than trying just to defend. Trying to apply pressure here. No, shakes that man. Very good work. This is a good cross, headed. Great save by the goalie. That was a tremendous effort there by the Lower Bath team, and a great save. So Upper Bath immediately applying some pressure at the top here. Lower Bath need to equalize. They don't have a lot of time, and they're not wasting any time trying to get the ball back down in this area. Morton takes it there and passes off now, and still going forward. Upper Bath applying some pressure. Oh my goodness. Well, still with him. He goes wide of the upright. So we have had some intriguing exchanges. Here goes now back into that danger area. With Lower Bath trying for this one big shot. Morton clearing the danger once more. Going forward. And passes off now. And Lower Bath comes away with it once more. Lower Bath trying to set up the play here. Has to. They need a goal. They need a goal badly. Somebody has to score. And the goalkeeper grabs onto it. Disappointment there for the Lower Bath players. Scream of agony as the ball went to the goalie a lot more quickly than they would have loved. Handball, I thought. Definite handball. Careless work, I thought, that by the player for Upper Bath. The referee still having a glance at his watch. It's moments ticking down on this one. Drives. Pressure. Oh, well tipped over. Brilliant work. That was going in. And the goalkeeper anticipated well and tipped it over the crossbar.
The Bath United Football Club was not done yet. Hot on the heels of the first tournament, they arranged the intriguing Clash of the Shops. The Friends Bar is the champion of the Clash of the Shops football tournament hosted by the club. On Sunday, 4th October, the final game in the best-of-3 series was played versus the Corner Shop. It was an exciting contest. Friends Bar scored first, but Corner Shop responded with a goal of their own. In the second half, a sizzling right-booter from Algie Newton saw the Friends go up 2-1, and with minutes ticking away in the game, the Corner Shop tried desperately to equalize, but Hassan Harvey pulled off a few stunning saves. Final score, Friends Bar 2, Corner Shop 1. Winston Perry and Algie Newton scored for the Friends Bar and Vibert Stephen for the Corner Shop. The closing ceremony followed immediately after. The following top awards were presented. Most goals, CJ Parrish with 6, beating Curtis Morton's Juniors 5. Best defender, Rashawn Brown. Best midfielder, Romario Daniel. Best goalkeeper, Hassan Harvey. Most impactful under-14 player, Chris Brown. All of the participating shops were presented with an appreciation plaque. We take in these moments from the finals.
Must be pretty close to half-time. Drives into it. This is a good kick. Serious kick. It has gone in. Oh my goodness. Hassan Harvey jumped, got his glove to it. It bounced over his head and it has gone in. Well, well, well. Well, Hassan Harvey would be disappointed with that. He jumped, he got his gloves to it, and it bounced over his head and it has gone in. 1 goal all. So now, Friends trying to go back onto the offensive. Corner Shop defending stoutly though. Corner Shop trying to make some waves. Corner Shop drives way over the crossbar.
Now to netball. A capacity crowd was on hand to witness the grand finals of the netball tournament, which has been played over the past several weeks and hosted jointly by the Nevis Netball Association and the Ntv Sports Department. The supporters were equally vociferous for the 2 finalists, Venomous Vixens and Hurricanes. One school of thought was that, similar to the Amazon Warriors in a previous CPL tournament, the Venomous Vixens had stormed into the finals undefeated, and the Warriors had lost in the finals. Well, the Vixens made sure that that was not going to happen. It was obvious they came with a game plan. They knew that their ace goal shooter, Natasha Chantel Isles, would be heavily marked by the 2 best defenders in the tournament in Shinnet Skeet and Diana Brown. But that is when former West Indies captain Lydia Thompson-Claxton stepped up to the plate, constantly sailing through the ring from long range. Even though the defenders played their hearts out, Isles still got quite a few shots in as well. Add to that the fleet-footed nature of the other players on the court to consistently feed the ball to the shooters. It was one thrilling encounter, and it was a high-intensity game with an extraordinary display of skills. In the final analysis, however, the Hurricanes' wind speed dropped to that of a tropical storm, and the Venomous Vixens at their venomous best pulled away to secure victory. And oh, how they celebrated. Final score, Venomous Vixens 42, Hurricanes 28. The closing ceremony was held immediately after the game, and the following top awards were announced. Best goal shooter, Natasha Isles. Best defender, Diana Brown. Best center court player, Tashika Bowens. MVP of the tournament, Tashika Bowens. Most disciplined team, DSC Uprising Stars. Third place winners, Elite Ballers. Second place winners, Hurricanes. And the champions, Venomous Vixens. Let's give you a bit of that grand final game.
Somebody's calling for time, but it's not yet. Takes it now to Rwanda. She's right under the ring and makes it good. Here goes now, wing attack. Over now to, and it's a pass now for the Hurricanes. Joel moving to intercept. Doesn't get that pass. Taken on the second thought there and misses the shot. So another missed shot from the Hurricanes. I think that tells the story. Smithon over now. The time is going on this one. We have a champion, folks. We have a champion. Can we get a shot in? No, we won't get a shot in. We won't get a shot in. That's the game. Venomous Vixens have won. Venomous Vixens has won. So the Venomous Vixens are the 2020 champions of netball and Nevis.
Yes, that's the final. Congratulations to the Vixens winners for the Sport Final 228.
Giving brief remarks at the ceremony was an elated Minister of Sports, Honorable Eric Evelyn.
But I must say how proud I am, incredibly proud of the Department of Sports and the Davis Netball Association for putting on what I would call an incredible tournament. Netball has been absent in Davis for quite some time, and I'm very proud that it is back under my leadership. And of course, I want to give kudos to the department and the Netball Association, but I must give credit, huge credit to the netballers, the teams, because what I saw on, yes, give the teams a round of applause. From day one, these teams have given you something to look forward to on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And the teams did not disappoint. They did not disappoint at all. From what I've seen, the quality of play has been phenomenal. Phenomenal. And it's amazing that we're seeing a great mix of youth and experience.
Now to swimming. Disappointingly, there was no cross-channel swim this year, but the Swim to Win initiative was launched and was a success story. On Sunday, January the 19th, a very significant ceremony took place at the conference room of the Orly Beach Hotel. Thereafter, the action was at the Orly Beach, where children and parents participated. Let's take in this.
We're here at Orly Beach, and it's the Swim to Win program, which has started. And we understand that we probably have about 48 or so swimmers. So young persons who are learning to swim or who are mastering the art of swimming. We'll be talking to one of the coordinators in a wee bit. But for now, we can see that some of the youngsters are being taught the basics in swimming. It's the Swim to Win camp. And we also have a sailing component to the camp as well. So the youngsters are also being taught to sail. As you can see, quite a number of them are here. We also have the older swimmers. They're a little further down the beach. But for now, we have youngsters learning to sail. We also have youngsters learning to swim. We understand that this middle section would be the intermediates. I would assume that these are those who already know something and are trying to get better. And then up to the top we have the new ones, the beginners. The beginners are in this area, and so they are just about getting accustomed to the water, probably being taught to prone float and paddle. So they are the beginners. So in a wee bit, we'll be talking with one of the coordinators, or maybe more than one of the coordinators. Have a bit of a fun game going on as well with the intermediates. I have the distinguished privilege of having with me, on my right, Valerie Gregoire, and on my left, Terry Andrews, sorry. So Terry Adams, of course, is a cricketer from Anguilla. So Terry Andrews and Valerie Gregoire. We are back here at Wally. Last time we were here, we had a fantastic swim and sail camp. Now, Terry, tell us exactly what's going on today.
Well, again, thank you always for coming down and supporting us, Curtis, with what we're trying to achieve here down at the Aquatic and Sail Center. So we are relaunching our Swim to Win program. As you remember, we started this in January with developing instructors here on island who would teach with a certain protocol. Val is our lead instructor. And then we started off with our month of Sundays in February. And then obviously COVID hit and we could not continue. So we have been approved. And so we are relaunching here. We have 48 swimmers signed up for the month of September, excuse me. We're going to run the program September, October, and November on Sundays. The children, we keep the group small. Val can speak to that. They're with an instructor and in-water volunteers. And hopefully with the end of 12 weeks of training, that they will develop some good little swimmers here, people who are having fun in the water.
So are you actually saying that it's going to run for 12 weeks starting today?
Yeah, and they'll sign up at a month at a time, but we are hopeful that they will continue through. I mean, this is an ongoing program. We're developing swimming here in the Federation. So in order to do that, one part is we need to train instructors, which we're doing, and the second part is to reach out to as many swimmers as we can, and for all levels, Curtis. I mean, whether they're truly beginners or up through more experienced swimmers.
Let's say that there's a parent who missed out on the boat for today. Watching this now, can they still sign up later on in the month, and how much would it cost?
Well, they can absolutely sign up for the month of October. Registration is open. It is $75 EC for the 4 Sundays. This is, again, a non-profit, so that just basically covers the instructors' fees and the ongoing costs of the program. But absolutely, sign up. They can do it on the website, which is the Nevis Aquatic and Sailing Center.com, or they can go down into the Department of Sports and register as they would for any other program.
Great. Val, as the lead instructor, a little bird picked me when I came here, and I understand that you have a beginner's section, an intermediate section, and maybe a more advanced section. Could you speak to that?
Depending on the kids' level of swimming, they will be joined on a group where it's the same level scale. So then they could be challenged to their own level. Right?
Okay.
Like Terry did said, we have different levels. So we separate them inside the program 5 levels. When you finish those 5 levels, that means you will be mastering freestyle, backstroke, breaststroke, and butterfly.
Okay.
Okay. How long will it take you to do all those 5 levels? It's hours, and depending on the person's ability and how much you put into it. Okay. But we have to be also understanding that when you come into water, you always have to take the speed of the person how you learn. Okay. If you push too hard, I'm not saying you cannot push somebody to get better. That's what I'm saying.
But don't push too hard.
No, because it's in the water, and there's always a bit of that fear, and then so you need to take your time. That's all. But after you pass the first 3 levels, I would say it go good. Because you already got the basic, you're really feeling good in the water, you're feeling confident, you could do a lot more than what you used to be able to do. So then getting the other stroke, as soon as you got your freestyle, getting the other stroke may take a bit longer, but it's easier because you already get that basic. And you get out the fear and everything. The purpose of the program is to have something that is really steady, standardized, that inside long-term version, it could go inside the school curriculum,
Okay.
and then everybody could learn how to swim.
Okay.
And then we could have big lot of instructors, so then it could also get into school, because if you don't have enough instructors, you cannot bring it to school.
Nice.
Okay, so we need to baby steps. So right now we're doing this program, so anybody who are interested to get into this program as a swimmer or as a water volunteer or becoming an instructor, who knows, if you do know a bit how to swim and you
Want to become an instructor?
Yeah, start up with water volunteer.
Now to this item in general sports. To a man and woman, they echoed similar sentiments as they all took time out to thank Honorable Hazel Brandy Williams for her wonderful initiative. The 4 local sporting stars had effectively completed their course of study in Jamaica thanks to an initiative which was the brainchild of the then Junior Minister of Sports, Honorable Hazel Brandy Williams. The foursome, Alger Newton, Sienna Leader, Colin Kezran Archibald, and Carisha Powell, all completed their Bachelor of Arts degree in Physical Education and Sports. The 4-year degree program was completed at the famous G.C. Foster College in Jamaica, where they commenced their course of study in September of 2016. Let's take in this.
It's not every day I get the opportunity to be amongst 4 division local sporting stars. On my far right is Sian Leader. Next to her is Alger Newton. On my left is Carisha Powell. And to her left is Kezran Archibald. Now, these 4 wonderful young persons went off to Jamaica about 4 years ago. It's almost like yesterday. I actually remember that interview as if it was yesterday. Well, they're back, and from all understanding would have completed their course of study. So, Sian, you're going to tell us what you studied and how well things went, and how does it feel now we have graduated or finished?
Well, we studied a Bachelor in Physical Education, and the overall experience, it was good. We had an exchange in cultures, we learned different perspectives, and the most challenging part was where you had to actually write the specificity of the sport. So even though you can do it, you had to write it exactly the way how you do it.
Alger, what were you engaged in, and how well did it go for you?
It went extremely well. I also did a bachelor's in physical education and sport. The experience was a good experience. I think that it would have built our capacity where sport is concerned all around. So I think we're in a prime position now to help bolster the sporting activity in Nevis and help enhance sporting activity, anything concerning sport.
Nice. Carisha, I know you always say you're the shy one. I don't believe that, but tell us about your experience and what you were doing and so on.
My experience was pretty good. I learned a lot. It was an eye-opener in terms of how Jamaica reached to a certain level in sport. So I studied physical education, and overall it was, very good.
All right. And of course, our CPL hero, the far left, Kezran. Kezran, I almost want to believe, you could correct me, that you may have missed a couple of courses, and you could tell us how you're going to deal with those and so on, and how your experience was.
Well, as all of us here, I studied physical education and sports. I did not miss any courses, but what should I say? I was not present for some of them, but with the help of my fellow students, we got it done as a team. I feel like Jamaica, as Alger mentioned, it increased our knowledge capacity, so we have something to bring back. And I also feel like it tested our character, our individual characters, so we came back more equipped to deal with different situations and more flexible in different situations.
First and foremost, I'd like to thank the Honorable Hazel Brandy, where she was the forefront for this program, for sending us to Jamaica, and we greatly appreciate it. Thank you.
Like you could have said, Mr. Morton, this whole idea was the brainchild of Miss Miss Hazel Brandy, and we're extremely thankful for everything that she would have done. She would have initiated contact with the school and ensured that everything would have gone through. We'd also like to thank Honorable Eric Evelyn, who would have helped us and support us in different ways, in different roles. We'd also like to thank people at the ministry like Shelley, Michelle Liebert, we cannot leave out, Jamia Claxton. We would like to thank everybody. If we start naming names, we're going to get in trouble. But Mrs. Hazel Brandy, we can't say enough thank you for initiating contact and ensuring that it fell through.
Nice.
All right. Thanks to Miss Hazel Brandy for the opportunity. Thank you also to Jamia and Michelle Liebert, of course, because they were always around to help us, if anything. Also to Shelley Liebert. She's always one phone call away in case of any problems. And Mr. Glasgow also.
Okay. Definitely big thanks to Miss Brandy. She was the one who initiated everything, as you mentioned. She started this eruption of a new beginning for sports in Nevis. Also, as Alger mentioned, I would like to thank Mr. Eric Evelyn. He continued that as when he took over. Everybody at the Ministry of Youth and at the Ministry of Sports, Miss Liebert, Mr. Claxton, all of those I would like to thank definitely.
And sadly, we close out the year with obituaries. Thankfully, it was not a COVID-19 related death. But during the year 2020, Nevis lost one of its outstanding cricketing sons. Former Nevis and Leeward Islands off-spinner Harold Walters was laid to rest on Saturday, June 20th. The homegoing service was held at the St. Paul's Anglican Church. Walters passed away on Sunday, May 25th. We take in these moments from the funeral service.
Speak of Nevis cricket. We naturally highlight our international players in Elkomir Willett, Derek Parry, Eva Anton, Stuart Williams, Carl Tuckett, Renata Morton, and Kyron Powell. However, students of the game will add such names as John E. Howell, Livingston Sargent, Ed Arperton, Theodore Hobson, Harold Walters, and other outstanding players. Nevis became a member of the Leeward Islands Cricket Association in 1948. I am told and I verily believe that the nomination was made by Mr. Paget Berridge of St. Kitts and seconded by Antigua. Nevis replaced Dominica, who stopped playing in the Leeward Islands competition after the 1948 tournament. We joined Antigua, Montserrat, and St. Kitts and played our first tournament in 1949 under John E. Howell as captain. A short 6 years later, we were champions. Never mind, we didn't win again until 1971. 1973 was a great year and a terrible year for Nevis cricket. Great because the 19-year-old Willett became the first player from the Leewards since we started playing cricket in 1913 to make the West Indies team. It was terrible because in 1973, Nevis were handed not less than 3-1. Indeed, in one game, Livingston Sargent was left stronger than 214, just 3 runs short of the record. And while Augustine Merchant got a half century, Nevis still didn't manage to make 300 runs. In 1974, the Sports Association and the Nevis Cricket Association were merged. History says that Harold Walters played his last game for Nevis in 1974. And the great Elkomir Willett and I differ a little bit as to the year. But history tells me that he was the captain for the first game versus St. Kitts. And after we had lost all 3 games the year before, we lost the first game against St. Kitts. The selectors replaced Harold as captain with Livingston Sargent. We ended up winning in 74 and 75. Now, Harold Walters preceded Elkomir Willett
and Derek Parry as a spin maestro. As a matter of fact, Harold was in the Navy's team in 1969 in Antigua when El Comido Willett made his debut. His off breaks puzzled the batsmen during the Leeward Islands tournament, but his brightest moment came when he took 5 for 72, versus the touring Bobby Simpson Australian team in a match that was played at Warner Park in St. Kitts in 1965. By the way, I intended to write to the West Indies Cricket Board and Wisdom because they erroneously state in their records that Harold took 4 for 72. He in fact got 5 for 72. He never boasted about his craft, but he knew cricket.
And so, as we approach yet another Christmas season and the uncertainties of another New Year, remember that this time around, it won't be Santa Claus alone wearing masks. I advise you to stay safe and observe the required protocols even as you enjoy your favorite sport. May the God whom we serve keep us safe. Have a blessed season and a healthy and spirit-filled 2021. I am Curtis Morton, reminding you that you can watch sports if you're not fit. But to play sports requires fitness, diligence, and sacrifice. Over and out.